So you want to talk? Is this one of those serious conversations we need to have?
We need to talk.
We need to talk?
Yes. About pain and suffering.
2020. So far, roller coaster. With cancer. This whole ordeal with lockdown makes our wedding plans kind of go sideways. We're a lot stressed by finding a place, but even through all of those situations, I saw God's providence and blessing. My mom getting cancer, and like our wedding plans to be well, how we planned it, or at least have like our friends and family that we care about to be there. But both things that happen, I see there's like real positives. Despite it kind of sucked, it was still good. Well, at first, I think at first I distract myself, and then I try to make sense of it, and I try to find meaning in it. And the only thing that really helps me get back up is my faith. Is that knowing that we're God's children and He will take care of us. Well, John 16:33. I have overcome the world, so that really encourages me. Another one is Philippians 4, verses 6 to 9, I believe. Yeah, so rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Let your gentle spirit be known to all men. The Lord is near. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Yeah. So that's I also like the part that comes after, which is also a popular one, but never like joined together, I find. Finally, whatever is true, honorable, right, pure, lovely, of good repute, of excellent news, worthy of praise, dwell on these things. The things you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. Now, like that is the God of peace that's going to be with me, not anything else. Like peace is really, really what I need right now. Mm-hmm. And because of here asking, focus on what is true, honorable, right, and pure, and lovely, and good reputation. I mean, that's why I don't watch the news, because like I watch it once and I'm like just so angry at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the part where it says peace that surpasses all understanding. It's crazy how the world is so afraid in this time of pandemic. Jeez. And people are really being ruled by fear.
Yeah.
However, so many people, like Christians, including myself, aren't plagued by that kind of fear, and it's because we have the peace of God. We have assurance in something so much greater. And so that's kind of like the understanding is that this pandemic is horrible and that we're all gonna die and it's the end of the world. But I have a much higher understanding that it's not about what goes on in this world.
Yeah, also you're gonna die of something, so.
Sorry.
Newsflash.
Yeah. And saying that as well made me think of something else, is that I find that mainly North American society, or at least societies that are, let's say, first world countries where comfort is very accessible to a lot of people. Comfort and privileged lifestyle is accessible to people. I don't find we know how to deal with pain properly. And it's this idea of like, oh my goodness, we might die from this virus, and like people are so afraid, but it's like we're gonna die
Anyways,
of
yeah.
something at some point, but it's because we're living in this crazy life full of distractions, but also full of comfort. It's easy to push that to the side and ignore that, but then when we're faced with such a big thing like this, it's like, oh no, what do we do? What do we do? But
Yeah.
it's a part of life, and so
It's either we chase something to make us forget it, or we throw money at it.
yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh, let's just throw money and it's gonna solve the problem.
Yeah, and this is our society's response to a sickness that might cause death, but it's also our society's response to pain in general. A lot of people just don't know how to deal with pain. And something that's been helping me is just accepting the fact that pain is just as normal a part of life as happiness is.
Yeah. Actually, it's more because, well, not everyone can enjoy happiness, but everyone suffers pain. Pain really is the only thing that unites us. Like, everyone. We all suffer. Also, I was also thinking about that. Pain also proves that you're, like, alive. Because you know, like, in a dream, you're like, oh, am I dreaming? What's the first thing you do?
Pinch
You
yourself.
pinch yourself. If it doesn't hurt, you're not alive. You're still,
You're not alive. Uh-oh.
Inception. You pinch yourself, and if it doesn't hurt, you're sleeping. You're still dreaming.
It's
When
not
it
real.
hurts, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, as weird as that sounds, that has been an encouragement to me. God has really
Yeah.
been teaching me, like, don't be afraid of pain. Because it's like when we're not in a season of pain and we start thinking about a time of pain, we're like, oh no, like, I'm going to try to do everything so I don't find myself in a painful situation. I'm just going to live comfortably. Yeah, you don't grow that way. And so not being afraid of pain, when it actually does come into my life, I'm ready to deal with it better.